PlayStation back at it. That's right. The homie Demo Flow put this tweet out there.
Shout out to Demo.
Says Sony PlayStation is increasing the price of PlayStation Plus in 15 South American countries. I blame the Xbox Series S. Oh my god. Push Square has it here. It says PS Plus price increase confirmed for 15 countries by Sony effective April 16th. And some of these countries, I don't know if there's all of them, but Costa Rica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, Nicaragua, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, and Uruguay. Sony explained the increases are a result of global market conditions. By increasing the prices, it says it can continue offering high-quality games and value-added benefits to your PlayStation Plus subscription. Let me ask you a question. And Baby and Hargi, I need to know, like, are we living in a time where people are just, the cash is just free flowing for people? Are we in a market right now where everybody's stocks are up and prosperous and people are fucking out there saying, I don't give a shit about money and make it fucking rain, let's go? Or are we in one of like this crazy like economical time where people are turning into, like, you know, little hermit crabs? They're trying to go in. They're trying not to spend more, right? They're trying not
I mean,
to go further. I
you know what I heard?
Companies are fucking looking at you. Can only take so much money from a fucking place.
I heard, dude. So like, I heard this, and I don't know if this was like real or whatever, but like, people are renting chickens. Is that true?
Renting chickens?
Yes, because it's cheaper than buying eggs. Is that real?
That's real wild. I could tell you that much.
I wasn't sure if that was a real thing or not, but supposedly people are renting chickens because it's cheaper than buying the eggs. You can't eat the chicken. You got to give it back.
That's real crazy.
That's crazy.
That's real.
I don't know if it's real, but I was like, damn, is that where we're at?
I don't know. I just, for me, you know, I see news like this, right? I hear Nintendo coming out and like, you know what, $450, fuck it. Games, $80, $70, fuck it. $90 if you want to go ahead and get the 8-year-old game complete. Like what the fuck, man?
It's true. Thank you, Mac.
Mac 22TH54 says, Doodle, yes, it's real because of the egg prices. Yeah.
See, I mean, that's wild. That's wild.
It makes sense. It's pretty crazy. I don't get what's happening with these companies. Like, how much could they possibly have been making in these other countries that it's like, you know what? Let's go up in price. Let's milk them more. We're not adding anything. We're not making it better. Just an arbitrary price increase. I don't understand. I mean, do you guys have some words to go with this idea of what they're doing and why PlayStation thinks it makes sense for them to continuously raise the price on things?
I mean, explain to me why Netflix feels the need to do this crap constantly too. But at least they're offering content. That is true. That is true. You can see where the money goes. But this is a tough one to justify, is the problem. But listen, in the situation they're in, I get why they're doing it. But damn, I mean, I pity the fool that stays on that subscription, though. Like, here we go again. They're wilding.
Yeah, that just blows my mind. What do you think, Hargi? Is this fair? Is this a good idea?
I think it's still cheaper than other places, but still, I guess you have to look at it from the economics of the places you're selling it. You know, you're talking about like stocks. I don't think these people are in any stock markets. Like the people we're talking, this is all North and South America, or Central and South America, if you really want take away Canada and the US. So yeah, I mean it's kind of par for the course now that PlayStation just increases their prices. This is just what they do, right? And unfortunately, they also paywall a lot of features that you kind of need to pay this, right, if you really want to play. So is their service good if you get their extra and premium? It's decent. It's not as good as Game Pass. But look, this is just kind of par for the course of what they get, right? But they do have good stuff that goes into that every now and then. It's not bad, right? It's a decent enough service.
Latest month.
Yeah, I mean Hogwarts is awesome.
By Hogwarts
Legacy. That's the good one. It's old, but it's a good game.
That's all.
It's a good game.
That's all. Yeah.
Battlefield, for instance, is already in Game Pass because it's part of EA, right? And there's, a lot of games that Blueprints, by the way, I think that's also in Game Pass, is it not?
That's also in Game Pass. Yep.
Yep. So it's coming to both services, which is great to see, by the way. They're not creating exclusivity deals where you can only put it in one. So that's cool, right? So, and Lost Records was a kind of recent, game as well. That's pretty good. But look, I'm not sure if it's fair or not. But realistically, I don't know how much they make out of this region. So is it really going to change that much? I don't know. We'll see how that changes the calculus. It's not likely to change much, but again, I think what's really going to happen is as people see that value of the ecosystem of Xbox versus the ecosystem of PlayStation and the games you're getting, the announcements you're getting, the showcases you're getting, the enthusiasm is just going to shift, and you just can't pass up the value of Game Pass. It's just so much better of an option. Now, is it the same price as this? I haven't even looked at what the costs are for Game Pass in Latin America, right? So if we look at that and say it's similar,
that's because the price changes,
right? So it's pretty crazy, but it is what it is. Like I'm numb to PlayStation doing price increases. This is just what they do. I mean, let's be honest. How many have they done this generation? How many have they done? Is this like the fifth? Like how many times have they increased the price of PlayStation Plus? They just keep doing it, and it's like, well, okay,
a lot.
Like whatever, right? They increased the hardware costs. Has that been like twice now? It is what it is. I've given up on like them increasing the price, and they all cried foul when Xbox increased the price of Game Pass like once. I was like, well, okay, well, to be fair, I think it's twice now, right? Because they kind of changed the SKUs a bit. But like, okay, the hardware didn't go up in cost, right? So, but I guess whatever. I mean, like, it did go up in cost in some countries, to be fair, right? So look, I don't know. I'm just kind of like numb to this whole thing. The world went into crazy mode with the lockdowns. Money got printed everywhere. Everybody went into inflation. Unfortunate, but this is kind of the outcomes of those kind of things. Countries making these kind of decisions that costs, like it's real headaches for actual people, right? You have to now deal with the cost increases. So sad for those folks. I'm not sure what the right answer is here. But again, I'm just numb to it. PlayStation does this all the time. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised next year there'll be another one, right? Like I think like every year.
Yeah, I agree.
An increase. So am I surprised by this? No. Right. It's par for the course. It's par for the course.
Yeah. It's just like, at what point, I mean, look, at the end of the day,
so they
have an inferior service. You know what I'm saying? Like the service is not better than Game Pass. And for them to keep trying to act like they're saying, oh, we're investing this, we need more money because we're investing. Look, until they put their first party games into their service day and date, there's never going to be a justification for them raising their prices.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I have it. I found it. So, the prices are going to, it's starting on April 16th. Mm-hmm. And let's see, for example, a 12-month subscription for PlayStation Plus Essential will increase from $59.99 to $64.99, while the deluxe tier will increase from $109.99 to $124.99.
Oh, so it's a $15 increase on the
Yep.
deluxe, $5 on the regular. I mean,
exactly.
Look, this is the MO over there, man.
It won't affect them till the next billing cycle, but yeah. I mean, the crazy thing is not saying why this is justified. I think that's the issue. What are they bringing to the table that's new? No, they're just charging more money.
Yep.
And it's crazy because Game Pass went up a couple of bucks and the world was ending. And it's like, you can't compare the two. It's wild. It's wild that they kind of just get to do this without explaining what they're offering that is going to justify them raising the price.
Agreed.
Especially with, man, I mean, what can they have? What can they offer though?
They don't, even if they put their games on there, they have no new games coming out. So,
exactly. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking of the games that they have lined up. And it's like, what's really going to release? What are we going to see? And they're not going to put them in there. They're new games.
Agreed.
100%. So,
let me get the homie Gotham. I'm sorry, not Gotham. Boss Red.
Boss Red was good.
Dude. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Thank you for that 10 super chat, homie. Says, oh no, Gears is going to be multi-plat and the coalition is about to make bank. Meanwhile, PlayStation trying to figure out how to fund Wolverine.
Exactly.
And break the news that Astrobot about to be remastered.
Damn. Can you imagine if they remaster Astrobot? That would be crazy. That would be crazy. But, I mean, man.
That's crazy, but this is the truth. It's the truth of what they have, man. Look, Gears being multi-plat, whatever the fuck it is, none of that shit matters. What it matters is that we keep getting new games. They keep coming to Game Pass, and we have.
They're not taking anything away. They're just giving you more. They're taking their money, which it's like at this point is laughable.
We're gonna have a show with so much exciting shit coming for players to fucking have fun with and enjoy and just fucking engage with. And again, no matter how many people are watching from those other systems or the other places, okay, and they're looking at those games and they see the title at the end and it says one of their consoles is getting it and they're excited, they're still going to be paying for that game. And that's great. Great for them. They're used to paying for shit anyway. For us, it's just free in Game Pass, right? We just have it. It's a beautiful thing, right? There's so many games where we have an abundance of them. And Doodle, do you still not have a game that you're looking forward to at this fucking show?
I'm looking forward to everything. The problem is, though, that I don't like to pick things.
I don't care. Pick something. Come on. Everybody already got one.
Okay. I'm excited to see Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
Listen.
Black Ops was fire.
It was sick. It just, the multiplayer, the zombies, the freaking single player campaign, like it had me. Listen, we were playing and you were playing with FarQ, and I didn't realize, and I think Becca was there too, and I was screaming because I was playing. They were playing multiplayer. I was playing the single player. Yo, that game, it was wild. The single player campaign. If you haven't played it, you guys got to get in there. It's not that long either, but man, it's phenomenal. Insane. It's phenomenal. Insane.
All right, you're redeemed.
So but don't play these games with me. See, I don't like picking things. Listen, you know that. Listen, I don't like setting myself. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. By the way, the price increases also includes Australia. They've added Australia as well.
Did they? Isn't it already like stupid money in Australia?
Aren't they upset about the Switch? Can they get over one thing first before they hit it with another one?
Bro.
I mean, in Australian dollars, but Australian dollars have a much lower value than the US dollar, right? So if you translate it, it's pretty similar to what the US pays. But I think they're just fixing it because their currency might have lost some value. So
that's wild.
Yeah.
Let me get the homie Do UK now, the Broke Boy Insider with that $10 super chat, man. Appreciate you, fam.
You.
Says, what is this obsession that media and ponies have with Steam numbers for Xbox games to call them flops or failures? They do realize that Steam is not the primary platform for them, right? Listen, the thing is that media and ponies have obsession with every possible way you can try to call something a failure on Xbox. Look, Steam has value depending on, what it is, right? Like, depending on the type of game, depending on, what it is, there's a way that you can look at it and be like, okay, that's a good signifier of what this is. But like single player games, very rarely do you get a single player game that attracts crazy numbers. They happen, but like they're a lot of zeitgeist games, right? Games that have like a big PC history, right? Like Baldur's Gate, right? That came out and that went crazy, right? But like PC was basically that audience, right? Like that was the audience for them. That's where they were, right? So not every game is going to do that stuff. When we were looking at a multiplayer game, and it's a day and date release, and you got a game like Concord that barely had anybody playing that shit at any given time, and it just kept getting worse and worse and worse for like shit like that. Yes, you can look at that, and we were able to predict that it's a failure, because if there's nobody playing that game, then there's no point in it, right? Whereas a game like South of Midnight, if there's not 100,000 people playing South of Midnight at the same time, like what the fuck? Like who cares? Like that has no bearing on anything. It's a single player game. People play when they play it. It's a story game, right? So it's just biased media chooses what they feel is important or not.
I also think, like with the gallopers, I think the big issue that they have, considering the fact that they get so excited, or when these games, if they're announced for their platform, the same games that they talk so much crap about, I think they have a problem processing the fact that, like, the games are being enjoyed, right? So if you go ahead and you have something positive to say, if you're having fun with a game, if they hear you all giddy about it, they want to figure out how to knock it, right? For everyone else out there, and potentially for you. Where the reality is that if I'm enjoying the game, I don't give a crap how many people are playing it or not. Like, do you understand? Like, it doesn't matter. They were doing this with South of Midnight all over the freaking place. And it's like, the game is phenomenal. If you sit there and you see something like this and you decide not to play that game because of the nonsense that is put out there, shame on you. Like, you're the only one missing out. I think there's this thing that people hate in you what they don't see in them, right? Because it's lacking, because they don't have it. And I think that it applies to this highly.
Damn. That was deep.
It's true.
That was a beautiful moment.